What's good with it, Black Goose TV family, man? Double salute. As always, your boy Fluenceboxing is back in the building. Hold on. Back in the building again, man. Y'all already know what time it is. We here once again. Happy Tuesday to the people. You know what I'm saying? Trying to keep things consistent again. You know what I'm saying? That's all I've been saying for the last couple of lives. You know what I'm saying? Yesterday and obviously the last one I did before that when that was like a couple of days ago, whatever the case. But you know what I'm saying? I got to get back being consistent. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, y'all know it's not my fault, but it don't matter what the weather is. You still got to run if you try to stay in shape. You feel me? So basically, man, it don't matter what, you know what I'm saying, I have to work with when it comes to the equipment side of the game. I'm going to be giving y'all that consistent content from now until the end of the year and so on and so forth. But you always, of course, like I've been saying, what I've been telling y'all, I'm gonna definitely see an upgrade in everything, man. I'm telling y'all, just give me a little bit of time. Let me work it out. We're gonna get it popping, we're gonna get it right. But anyways, with that being said, anybody who hops up in here, man, show your boy some love. Hit the like button down below. Subscribe to the channel. Be part of the family. 2023. You already know what it is. Happy New Year to the people. Just be part of the family. If you're not part of the family, you know what I'm saying? If your first time hopping in too, man, if you ain't never said nothing, hop in the comments, man. Say what you got to say. Say your piece, man. This channel, I encourage it like crazy, man. Say what you got to say. You know what I'm saying? If it gets to the point where you feel extra passionate about it, and you feel like you can't even like, okay, I can't even type fast enough. You know what I'm saying? I can't put it down fast enough while, Flu is saying what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? I may drop the link. Now tonight, I don't know if I'm gonna drop the link tonight. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be 100 with you. Like before we get into what we get into, like let me talk a little bit. Let me talk a little bit. But yeah, make sure y'all subscribe and all that good stuff. Notification gang, show some love. But like I was really thinking, I was like, man, I got some bad habits. I really need a kick. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, one of them is like just going to bed too late. You feel me? And I don't know if necessarily like that's a bad habit. Because I still feel like I get a good amount of sleep. I still get around maybe 6 to 6.5 hours of sleep on a good day, seven. You know what I'm saying? And it's like even on the weekend when I don't gotta go nowhere, I still don't get really too much. I get around 6 hours. You know what I'm saying? I never really waver away from that. So, and, sometimes I be telling myself, I'm like, okay, if you get more sleep, you won't feel as tired in the morning type. But there'll be times I'll get more sleep, I feel more tired. So like I be working out late, you know what I'm saying? If y'all check the daily check-in. So a lot of times it's hard for me to go to sleep early, because the adrenaline I still got coming from the workout, you know what I'm saying? So but either way, you know what I'm saying? I'm not sure if it's a bad habit or not, but I'm trying not to go to sleep as late as I used to always go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? I'm already starting off the new year the same way I always did. Like I went to bed Monday, probably like 1:30 in the morning. Yesterday, probably like 1:15, close to 1:30. But we still rocking, you know what I'm saying? All that matters at the end of the day is we getting things done, staying consistent, staying in the gym, staying right, staying positive, and just keep moving because I'm telling you, as long as you keep moving, you won't get there. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem. What I be saying, you know what I'm saying, a lot of times is people get discouraged, they get frustrated. As do I. It's very tough. But it's like you got to think of it as like a destination. Like you driving, you walking, you trying to get somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like it may get hard along the way. You know what I'm saying? You may pull a muscle, get a cramp. You know what I'm saying? Break a leg, like something crazy where it's gonna stall your momentum, stall your time, and you're gonna think to yourself, man, why keep going? But at the end of the day, if you're trying to get somewhere, you ain't never gonna get there if you stop. So you just gotta kind of look at life the same way. So salute to the people once again, double salute. We doing things on the little bit different side of the game. I'm going to be watching. I'm gonna pull it up on my other phone. Where I put that? Oh, it's in my lap. I'm gonna pull up on my other phone. I'm gonna be watching the All Access Gervonta Davis, Hector Luis Garcia Showtime episode. I have not watched it yet, so I was like, man, like I was looking through, like I was trying to figure out what I wanted to watch tonight, things like that. I ain't seen nothing, but then that popped up. I was like, man, I still haven't watched that. So it's like, y'all already know if y'all OGs of the channels, you know what I'm saying, OG of the family. Usually when we would do a reacting video like this, I would have it pulled up to the side. Obviously, with my situation as of right now, I cannot do that, but I'll be able to have the sound going, probably get copywritten for the sound. I'm not really tripping off that. Who cares? But you know what I'm saying? This is what we got to work with right now. As I've been saying, it's not gonna be like this long, but basically I'm gonna watch that, probably chime in, you know what I'm saying, talk my shit when it comes to that. And then afterwards, if if it seems like things is flowing You know what I'm saying? I'm not really sleepy. Time is going good. You know what I'm saying? Live's going good. We'll watch the Boots Ennis Showtime episode they did on him as well. Also with Stephen Fulton in it as well. So we'll watch both. Both of them are around like 28 minutes. So altogether, not really that long. Really talking maybe like an hour worth of footage. But you know what I'm saying? We'll see how the live goes. You never know. If y'all end up popping in, wanting to say something, want to talk about something, feel free to. We might deviate a little bit from the videos, but that's what we're gonna be on tonight. You know what I'm saying? More so on the chill side of the game. You know what I'm saying? What I, you know, as we know, boxing is really slow in the beginning of the year, end of the year type. So there's not much to talk about. All you can really talk about really is what ifs, speculations. Will this person fight this person? Will this person fight this person? Excuse me. And you know, I've never been the biggest fan of that. You know, it all just depends on. It has to really come up, and, you know, make me really want to push toward the topic. But I like the realm of some possibility, actuality, or whatever we may be talking about, having the opportunity to happen. You know what I'm saying? I don't really just like to talk what ifs. You feel me? That's not really my thing. There's got to be some type of probability in a higher percentage. Not necessarily has to be like above 50%, but it has to be there where, you know, it can get me invested enough to be like, okay, this is going to happen. This is or at some point it will happen. It just may not happen in the time frame we believe it to be. Okay. Like I can talk about Manny Pacquiao calling out Errol Spence, you know, saying, hey, give me my shot. You know what I'm saying? Fight me. And Errol Spence saying, like, no, I'm not going to fight him. Like, he's too old. Errol Spence saying he doesn't want to take any tune-up fights. He just wants the big fight. You know, but we all know that Errol Spence and Keith Thurman is supposed to be happening, supposedly, but probably not happening. You know, I can talk about all these different things, and I don't mind talking about it, but you know, at this particular point, I wanted to watch this all access video. Yeah, I forgot about it, and it just popped up on my feed today. I was like, man, you know, say I was gonna go on live, probably talk, you know, some bullshit because it's not really happening. I was like, oh, that's perfect. I'm gonna watch this all access episode on the stream live tonight. Talk a little Gervonta Davis, Hector Luis Garcia, because that's what's coming up. That's what's relevant. Little Jerron Boots Ennis, just relevant. Ryan Garcia, a little bit of that, but nothing too extensive, man. Tonight we chilling. We ain't on nothing extra, so I'm gonna pull this bad boy up. Already got it queued up. I got it on my other phone. This actually came out 2 days ago. I still haven't watched this, man. That's crazy. So I'm behind on it. But let's go ahead. Let's play this. Salute to the people. Welcome back to everyone here in Washington, D.C. Saturday, January 7th on pay-per-view right here in the nation's capital. It's the main event. Gervonta Tank Davis, 27 fights, 25 knockouts. He will be opposing someone who is surprising everyone in the sport of boxing to be in this position, Hector Luis Garcia, for the WBA lightweight championship. Okay.
Everybody in front of you is a threat. I mean, so we know that Garcia covered. I want to know, what is the inner motivation for Tank Davis to take this?
It's like on my phone down here. So
I'm just ready to shut everybody up. You know what I mean? All the talking that's going around that's floating in the air.
The 7th, come and watch this. We're putting everybody on notice. Everybody.
This is the thing. What do you guys think the respect level?
Your ideal circle.
What do you guys think the respect level for Hector Luis Garcia is? He's undefeated. I remember him going into the Chris Colbert fight. You know what I'm saying? No one was really talking about him. No one was really saying nothing about him. You know what I'm saying? Nobody really had no words for him, and he just came up and he stunned a lot of people. And what's the crazy thing? What a lot of people don't remember about the Chris Colbert fight is, like it wasn't even close. Like that fight wasn't even close in the least bit. And as we know, Chris Colbert was supposed to be the next big thing. So I'm not saying that Hector Luis Garcia can do what he did to Chris Colbert to Gervonta Davis, because Gervonta Davis is on a whole different level than Chris Colbert, obviously. But I am asking, what do you think the respect level? And I'm not talking about from Gervonta Davis. I'm just talking about from people who, you know, watching the fight, other fighters who got things to say. I wonder what the respect level is, because you saw Devin Haney, man. He tried to really disrespect Hector Luis Garcia, man. So
circumstances goes something like this. Prospect turned phenom, turned challenger, turned that dude with the belts around his waist. But for some boxers, the elite among the elites, there's an even higher level that most champions never reach. Showtime! Such is the tantalizingly close ambitions of one Gervonta Tank Davis. A phenom no longer. A phenomenon, pretty much. Tank
No,
is
he's
25
I remember when he was at the
jaws
prospect.
raised to face his back. Tank is one-name celebrities. Mainstream sports fans. Tank is record-setting crowds.
I mean, to the
What this
people,
next
we sell them out and doing none of that shit.
I'm made for this. I'm here for a reason.
We just do
The
action.
only person that can break me is myself.
And with the sports world stopping bout on the near horizon, he must first take care of Hector Garcia, an unbeaten and older southpaw, who was already upended another sure-to-be superstars Mexican player.
Sets Colbert crashing to the canvas.
Lo único que necesito es estar
It's gonna be a good fight. I forgot Hector was gonna see a drop over. I really did. Okay.
My job is to show you what I got, and I know I'm better. I don't care what he brings. Like, go ahead. It's like nothing you can do that I haven't seen before.
So on Saturday, January 7th, in Washington, D.C., Davis might want to remember an unassailable truth. This is boxing. Things happen on the way to coronation, especially in what promises to be an old-fashioned brawl.
Come up. I'm about to get one of those 20 piece.
One that will either move Davis towards immortality or make the climb back to here that much more steep.
I do give the discredit when it comes to Gervonta Davis is like you have to respect the fact he is fighting like a Hector Garcia. He is showing like he is kind of showing like right off the bat, which is like mad respectful. All right, I'm not with TNT no more. I'm not with Floyd no more. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of me calling the shots. And what I'm looking for the hardest fights. Like, if you guys ever questioned me or doubted me or made it seem like I was avoiding the biggest fights, this is what I always wanted. And Hector Luis Garcia is nothing to laugh at. He's starting with that, supposedly right after Ryan Garcia. Then he's saying he wants to fight Devin Haney. He says he wants to fight Shakur Stevenson. And I feel like all these fights can happen. Even Eddie Hearn now, he's trying to put his fighters in the mix. You know what I'm saying? Eddie Hearn over there like, yo, I got Conor Ben. Like, I don't think I can get the Chris Eubank Jr. fight again, but you know what I'm saying? Conor Ben, like, you know what I'm saying? But you got to be clean for that. But I'm just saying, he did say that. Eddie Hearn did say that with his bold ass. Or, well, he didn't say it, but Matchroom is out there. Trust me. They saying that we would love to see Conor Ben versus Gervonta Davis intrigues Matchroom. Like, what? Eddie Hearn be wild, man. He really be on like. I respect him though, for real.
I go right over his name. Say no. It's like,
What's faster than bus?
I ain't gonna lie. The first time I fought, I was about to go out in the tunnel, and then the people like they was streaming. I just shut the curtains because I was like nervous, texting them. But now it's like I embrace it because I always dreamed of this. That's why I don't never shy away from it. It's what I'm here to do. I'm here to show up. So. Number one, my co aquí, gozando. I'm all the way to the top, baby. White House. That's cool.
I won't lie, man.
Bueno, lo que espero es.
I feel like this is gonna be a great fight and a great card,
Me
period.
siento orgulloso de ser el primer dominicano en estar en un evento tan importante como este, peleando por pay-per-view con uno de los mejores boxeadores del mundo. Todos queremos pelear con los grandes para elevar.
Right to the camera. Take some uppercut. Yep.
He look a little hungry. A lot of people overlook him, but I ain't trying to overlook him. No, but he looked like he was ready. And it could be a life changer for him. You know what I mean? So He wanna take my spot. So I'm definitely not looking past him.
That's one thing I was giving credit to Gervonta, regardless, man. His mentality is always,
gonna be
man.
a crazy night.
Let's get focused, man. We got a fight to worry about here. Good money, good money.
For every boxing story of a blockbuster that's delayed,
I love it, man. I love it.
there's also considerable risk built in for champions who turn to other challengers.
Dancing with the stars, baby. Dancing with the stars.
So when Gervonta Davis went from one Garcia to another for his first bout of the new year, his choice of Hector Luis Garcia satisfied multiple aims. It's dangerous. It means he's active, with 2 fights scheduled for the first half of 2023.
Facts.
And it means he can put on yet another show, even in sparring, which can be unfortunate for anyone rounding Tank into shape.
It's a thought right now. That's what I'm looking at. So right now, I just want to see what he brings to it. We just got off the plane. You know, a lot of work yesterday from the interviews and stuff. So I want to see how he react. 2 sparring partners and rounds is unknown.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all.
2 sparring partners, rounds is unknown. Old school right there.
When they watch us in here working, they say
That's old school.
Bang,
Rounds
bang,
unknown,
bang,
boy.
bang. There you go. Good. There you go. When he get in that ring,
Boy, Gervonta be throwing.
because he understand that he got to put his pants on, training wheels going. You got what you asked for. Let's get it now. It's going down. Good work, good work. He ain't playing with nobody. Step in that ring with him.
They're showing the sparring footage this much is crazy. They usually don't show this much sparring footage.
There you go. That's it.
They usually try to keep, you know what I'm saying, the sparring footage like, you know,
That's it.
cut up
That's
tight.
it. That's it, y'all. Good man. That's it. That's all he did today. Damn, just got off the plane.
They call it the
Sparring footage
hurricane
is crazy.
for a reason. Because boxing, well, it hurts. Even for a champion like Davis. As Tank trains for yet another pivotal fight, his training is taking a toll. But the cure is just as bitter as what ails him.
How long I do it? 5 minutes?
5 will be good enough for you.
They definitely went to the kids store and get it.
That water ain't cold. We know that.
I know, but
Get in the water, man. Just get in the water. You can't sit in the head, man. Let's get in there, man.
give me the towel, bro.
It's cold. It ain't cold, man.
Baptize, man.
You know they gonna meme your ass up in this chili pool. All right, get the first bag. You ready? Get the first bag. Don't ask me, you ready?
He said, don't ask me if you ready.
Don't stop it on me, though. I'm not ready.
Yeah, this is funny, bro. I don't know why I shouldn't even do this funny.
Face expression, yo. That's your face
They got
expression.
me.
Not bad. Take it doing good, baby. Doing good. Look, they even got a cup holder. You want something to drink?
Nigga, like, I ain't thinking about nothing to drink, bro.
Get this.
Ain't no jumping out there.
That's crazy, man. To be in an ice bath with a towel around you is crazy. Nigga, that is not warming you up, bro.
Few fighters have introduced themselves to boxing's highest level as dramatically as Hector Luis Garcia.
You know, I just thought about, I should have put, not reacting, I should have put watching.
When presented an opportunity to prove himself in the champion. Garcia is 31 and hails from the Dominican Republic. His long amateur career, over 300 bouts, and an Olympic appearance combined for his late start as a pro. But his style of boxing, exacting, technical, fierce, owes to his resolve, hence the nickname the Android.
Mi estilo de boxeo es un estilo difícil, incómodo de descifrar. Al principio yo era un boxeador fino. Yo tenía un boxeo muy olímpico. Y luego hice una pausa, hice un stop. Y cuando retorné, volví con un boxeo crudo, quería noquear a la gente. Entonces ahí me pusieron el apodo del androide. Y el androide, como un robot para...
The thing about Luis Garcia is watching him in the Cobra fight is he's very technical. Like, you can tell he's a very, very good boxer. I'm not sure if he carries overwhelming power. He's not necessarily the fastest in the world, but if you watch him against Cobra was a lot more athletic than Hector Luis Garcia. But Hector Luis Garcia was such a better boxer, like levels above him, utilized his range, jab, just perfect timing, beautiful timing. Obviously, he has some power. He dropped Cobra. But, in that fight, it really showed that there's a level to this guy, Hector Luis Garcia, that I'm not 100% familiar with. I just remember when he beat Chris Colbert, and that's when I was like, I took notice of him. I was like, this is a very respectable fight that Gervonta Davis is doing.
Incansable. Eso era lo que me daba la victoria siempre.
Hector, with a distinctive style and that tenacious bearing, all the
Southpaw too. Southpaw. That's nasty. That's a nasty combination. When you have a slick, and I'm going to say he's a slick southpaw, but even from him having a Dominican background, Dominican coaches, you always know when it comes Cubans, Dominicans, when they're southpaws, it's very hard to deal with. And Hector Luis Garcia, he's very technical southpaw.
Garcia needed was
I can't wait to see this fight. There's been a
Dominican hiding in the shadows, ready to pounce on his opportunity. In February of 2022, Garcia was a last-minute replacement in a WBA super featherweight title eliminator fight against highly touted American Chris Colbert. Colbert would be a tough fight with 2 months' notice, much less 2 weeks. The fight began with heavy exchanges from both men. Fierce exchanges, but Garcia soon pulled away, establishing his ring generalship with a force no one saw coming. Oh, nice straight left by Garcia.
That fight was a fire-ass fight.
Wow, the pressure by Hector Garcia. Chris Colbert is in a fight tonight. By the 7th round, the shock had fully settled over the crowd, as well as an overwhelmed Colbert. And the counter left sends Colbert crashing to the canvas. Chris Colbert.
That boy was cold in that fight.
Como yo estaba enfocado, dije, este es mío, ya, me lo voy a ganar.
Garcia lighting him up in the corner. This is a heck of a
I
fight.
can't take it back. I forgot the speed in them combinations from Garcia. Garcia got speed. You don't necessarily got style, but he got speed and precision. It's crazy.
The Dominican Republican native.
He's gonna get robbed on that one.
Here tonight.
Tengo muchos años ya en el boxeo, esperando la oportunidad. Cambió todo, cambió mi ánimo, cambió mi vida.
6 months after the seismic upset, Garcia fought Roger Gutierrez for the WBA super
I didn't see
featherweight
this
title.
fight.
The champion proved a tougher challenge than Colbert, and yet the android won much the same way, with that pressure-wash style, buffering against a late rally to cement a remarkable rise.
That's crazy. I missed that one, boy.
From unknown to world champion in under a year.
Sabes que no ha sido fácil. No ha sido fácil, pero nada imposible. Todo es
Never
posible
easy, man.
porque
That's why I gotta remember, man.
solamente es
It's never easy. You gotta fight through
aprovechar
this
cada
shit.
oportunidad. Y eso es lo que me llena de
Can't
orgullo,
speak it.
que
I gotta
gracias a
believe it.
Dios
I gotta do it myself.
he sabido aprovechar y estoy donde estoy, demostrando que tenemos el talento para hacer cosas grandes en este deporte, en el boxeo.
Man, I like, as much as I love Gervonta and I think he's gonna win it, I just hope, man, Hector Luis Garcia really shows out, because I really think it's gonna be I think he's gonna give a hell of a fight. I really believe that.
Shorty over
overlooking, right?
Yeah, I think he was like, man, I got this. Hector gonna be Hector. I don't know how long he gonna be Hector, but look at him.
Yeah, he's tall, but he ain't tall as Barrios. He ain't strong as Barrios neither.
Nah.
But he a better boxer than Barrios. Luis Garcia is a better boxer.
He can't take body shots. That's why he guard his body.
He places his punches pretty good, though. He got a sneaky left uppercut he throws sometimes.
There's reach. You'll look at him thinking, there it is right there. Hector's my key. I call him the key to success. Look what he done. He beat up a top prospect. Then he went and won the belt. He won a strap. So he feeling all that fame and glory.
I love Gervonta's coach, man.
So I take that serious. In a fight, you never know what's going to happen. So you have to be concerned about everything. He's undefeated. He had nothing to lose. What we got to do is disrupt his ass so bad where he want to take that fight. He want to put everything on the line. And that's where he's going to get hurt at.
Yeah, that's where he'll get caught.
Tank knocking this dude out.
Man, I ain't trying to knock. I'm trying to punish him. I want the world to see what Tank gonna bring. He's gonna come with everything. He got nothing to lose. He got a lot to gain. So I know he's coming. He don't care. It's just how much pain that he's willing to take.
The path from champion to still higher is fraught with pain and pleasure.
But Luis Garcia beat Rolly Romero.
To summon and inflict every time out
How good is Rolly Romero?
guidance.
I think Luis Garcia beat Rolly
Calvin Ford
Romero.
understands that burdens weigh heavy and that triumph can hurt, just not as much as losing will.
Feeling right? I used to tell Tank,
The
man,
Cadillac, you know that's
why
always
you
be
waking
right
up with
up.
a smile, man. Can't help but waking up with a smile.
Cadillac, Escalade,
Show up every day.
Escalade.
Years of being with Tank. We had that level.
Brown on interior, you hear me?
We can trust each other in the ring, outside the ring. It's bigger than boxing. The way I describe it with him, man, he's trying to inflict that pain, even when we working out. And he said, man, I feel it. You know what I'm saying? I said, you supposed to feel it.
That's why I be thinking, man. But like someone like this was a random thought.
Understand where you come from, and they can bring the best out of you.
I was like, it's a random thought. Like someone like Deontay Wilder, if he was able to have the ability, you know what I'm saying, to have a coach like that to connect with, like, unfortunately, like, well, not unfortunately, but like now you can see he has it with Malik Scott. It was like, if only he would have had that, you know what I'm saying, earlier in his career, what would have came from that. And I'm not saying Mark Brennan did him dirty or anything like that, because obviously we see a lot
That's what Calvin thought for me.
of Deontay Wilder style from Mark Brennan. If you watch Mark Brennan, Deontay Wilder fights just like Mark Brennan. So a lot of people who say like he doesn't have any coordination, he's not fundamentally sound. I know you're not really a historian when it comes to boxing. And a lot of this has to do with you know what I'm saying, back when I was training with my coach, he always used to have he have a TV in there. He would play all the old school history boxing. And if you watch Mark Brennan fight, he fights just like how Deontay Wilder fights just like how Mark Brennan fights. So anyways, yeah, let's get back to it.
You see the kid that's becoming a man. He's coming into his awareness of being who he's going to become. And it just, I had something to do with it.
Salute. Double salute.
Stop. Oh, good rip. I like the way y'all jump right back in. That's right. Make them jokers move. Oh, I love what I hear. Y'all making them sing.
For most of Davis's celebrated career, Ford and other trusted advisors remained in control. But now,
Don't forget.
those in camp can sense a shift in command.
Yeah, talk about it.
As the fighter himself begins to oversee everything, while aiming at the destiny he alone must fulfill.
The same way I'm going to give respect to Demetrius Andrade. As soon as he was able to control his own fate, he goes and does what he wants. Signs with PBC for a one-fight deal. Plans to stay with PBC, at least by a one-fight deal per type thing, so he can get the fights he wants. I respect Gervonta. As soon as he's out from under TMT, Floyd Mayweather's supposed wing, he takes a hard fight like Hector Luis Garcia. Already has Ryan Garcia lined up afterwards if he wins that fight with Hector Luis Garcia, which is not an easy fight. And then obviously after Ryan Garcia, he's saying, "Hey, I want Shakur, I want Devin Haney, I want Vasily Lomachenko. Like I want these fights." And then you even have someone like Eddie Hearn saying, "Hey, I would love Conor Benn versus Gervonta Davis. I think Conor Ben is a beautiful little tune-up fight for Gervonta Davis, but also as a little name. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got to give respect where respect due, regardless of who you support. These fighters are now taking control of their careers. Even with Terrence Crawford, y'all want to talk all y'all want about Terrence Crawford, but these fighters are taking control. We have to stop big upping and giving so much support and giving so much leniency, you know, and backing fighters who are under promotional companies. That's the thing of the past, guys. I'm not saying, you know, don't disrespect any of these fighters who are under PBC, Al Heyman, Oscar De La Hoya, Golden Boy Promotions, etc. Like, that's not what I'm saying, or even the Zone. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm like, these fighters who are now really saying like, yo, I can be a free agent, or I can do one fight deals without having a promoter and be able to choose and fight who I may and get the money I'm paid. We got to support this, guys, because I'm telling you, you know, for a long time, people, not for a long time, but at least for the, you know, you have a certain amount of people basically saying that, you know, boxing is a dying sport. Boxing isn't on the level of MMA. You know, boxing, you know, you never have the best fight. And you guys have to understand, like, the best not fighting the best has nothing to do with the fighters. Like, you have to understand, if you're someone who's trained your entire life, or you trained for a good majority of your life, put things on your line to be the best, to be at the top, like in my mind, it really boggles my. It really just makes me go crazy, because if you're someone who's older or someone who's growing in life, you understand you only have one shot at all of this shit. So for you to tell me that someone who all their life has put everything to be in this position to see if they're the best, you think they're ducking? No one's ducking. Let these fighters have the opportunity that they choose to have, which means we have to get away from the PBC, Al Heyman, Golden Boy, Top Ranks. Like, the fighters that are choosing to do the one fight deals, co-promote, free agent, it don't matter who they're fighting. We have to support it, because that's going to lead to us getting the fights that us as the fans deserve, and also what boxing deserves.
Watching when he get in that ring ain't the same.
You know that I got it. Baby, you can work it. You know that I got it. You know that I got it. I'm not a kid anymore. I'm taking my priorities first. These things matter.
It's not
Yeah, you can tell too, for sure, for sure.
watch the grown man.
You want it? Take it. You got it? Shake it. We got power.
The journey that I've been with him, I know it's more to come, because we reaching that pinnacle. Because he's hungry. We unstoppable when we come together.
The bouts ahead may be tantalizing, but Davis understands that their significance will be tied to January 7th.
Let's get folks, man.
And Tank's hunger dictates that only Hector Luis Garcia will remain in his scope for now.
30 days, 30 nights. How we looking at this?
I always remember that car where Adrian Broner and Gervonta Davis was on the same cars. And then Adrian Broner did like his own little 24 episode shit. I remember that shit. That's when Montana Love got. That's where I found out about Montana Love.
There we go. Squeeze those glutes, pull the belly button in, lock out the legs, point your toes. You're not looking at yourself, you're looking down at the mat, guys. Protect your neck. Stay with me.
Hey, yoga is like the hardest shit. I remember when I was younger, I used to do yoga. Yoga is some of the hardest shit in the world, bro.
You've got 10 seconds. Yep, breathe through it. Use your breath. 3, 2, and 1. Those hands come under the glutes. Let's hit those lower abs. Tiny little flutter kicks. Hands under those glutes. Let's go in 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Hello, ball. You know what? That's what I'm finna do. I'm finna get back into yoga.
Pilates may not seem tailored for boxing,
4,
but the mind-body exercise is perfect for
That
fighters,
shit is crazy.
helping them to focus on breathing, stability, core strength, and control.
No es fácil.
I'm gonna look into some classes. This is inspiring me. I'm gonna go check out some yoga classes. Man. Oh, God.
Realmente busca para en la pelea sentirse bien.
Hector Garcia discovered the discipline thanks to someone who has undoubtedly influenced and guided Garcia's career in multiple ways. his good friend and trainer, Bob Sanders.
Oh, what happened? They're playing games. Well, they ain't playing games. It's more like my phone playing games. I won't lie, y'all. Either I'm enjoying this too much, I'm capping. I'm like, this is a good episode. Here you go. My phone was acting like it wasn't connecting to the internet. He's back. Salute to the people. Double it up. Hit the like button if you came up in here for a minute. This isn't the usual. I'm not just straight talking boxing. I'm watching you see a good time, you know. So make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're not part of the family. Show your boys some love. We here working, giving y'all the content, man. You see, man, going through some of the craziest times in my life. I'm still showing nothing but love to the family, man. That's what it's about, man. That's how y'all important y'all is, for real.
After a banner 2022, trainer and fighter waved goodbye to obscurity and now must adjust to boxing's brightest spotlight.
But we've Garcia ain't no joke, bro.
You don't beat a guy like Chris Colbert on 19 days notice. Ain't too many can say that. Yes. We going against the best, or we can prove who the best is.
I like his trainer
That's what
too.
we want. You want to go against the best. It's going to be a brutal fight. But as far as boxing goes, if he wants to box, that's fine. I'm riding a horse that's had over 400 amateur fights. Most experienced fighter Tank's ever fought in his life. I guarantee you that. Hector, come on, man. Apples to apples. Everybody knows who the fight of the year
All the
was.
confidence he put into his fighter.
Another
Beautiful.
upset on January 7th would serve
Making it feel like, hey, man, you're not going to lose this guy.
catapulting Garcia and Santos.
I really love it when you see, I really love seeing great
Dominican
trainers.
boxing on the map.
People don't understand how underestimated a great trainer is, man.
Mucha gente dice que los dominicanos nos servimos en el boxeo. Yo veo que tú tienes una camisa ahí que dice peleador del año. Y quizás no te la van a dar. A mí no me importa, pero yo mismo compré.
It's dope.
Y te voy a dar el honor yo para mi página. Que tú eres peleador del año. Gracias, hermano. Gracias. Gracias. No Dominican has ever headlined a pay-per-view at this level. So he's making history not only for himself but for his country. Muchas gracias, gente de República Dominicana.
Good episode, man. Yeah, I'm for sure. I can't wait for this fight, man. I'm excited. It's gonna be hard, man. I can't wait for this. We already know Fluence Lounge. We're gonna be doing it like this. Fluence Lounge, whatever it is. Feel me?
With the power of my mind, there is no place that you can hide. You
It's gonna be a fire fight, man. I can't wait for this. And I'm saying, obviously, I think David's gonna pull this one out. But I think we're gonna be surprised a little bit when Luis Garcia's gonna give us.
Every answer delivered with thudding left hands has only yielded even more questions. For now, they're bigger, broader, simple, and yet infinitely complex. How much is enough? How high can he climb? How far can he take this?
I'm happy, but deep down inside, more to accomplish. That's how I feel as a
fighter. You gotta think about this. He was getting outboxed by Rolly, but Rolly is a much bigger guy than Hector Luis Garcia. But size doesn't really matter when skill level comes into play. So I think there's a possibility that maybe Luis Garcia can outbox Gervonta, but it's always going to come down to when Gervonta has that opportunity to counterpunch and catch you on that one mistake that he dissects you and computes you. Will you be able to take that power?
Cuando sabe que va a pelear con alguien que le puede dar problemas, que tiene problemas serios con él. Serio.
Sad.
Both men Both are aimed towards even more dizzying heights. But on Saturday, January 7th, in our nation's
capital, y'all. I can't wait for this weekend. The whole card gonna be crazy. Well, at least, you already know Andrade, Nicholson, boots on it.
That ambition is necessary,
Excuse me.
at least until the moment they never see coming. On Saturday, January 7th, Gervonta Tank Davis clashes
Rashidi Ellis is on it. I didn't even know that. So it's on Andrade, Nicholson, Rashidi Ellis, Jerron Boots, Ennis, and Hector. Damn, they really doing. See, people want to talk shit about Andrade. I'm like, he's not even a third fight. I didn't even know they had Rashidi Ellis above Andrade. That's how much they disrespect him, and he's still willing to do this because he's like, I'm gonna prove everybody wrong. But I'm not gonna make this about him. But I'm gonna say this right now. That was a fire ass episode, no cap. That made me really excited for the fight. Sometimes you got to get reminded. Sometimes you got to get refreshed. You know what I'm saying? Like you hit the refresh button. You know what I'm saying? That was a good time. I ain't even feeling lie to you. Like not even on. Like I'm not even capping. Like seeing Gervonta Davis, you know what I'm saying, really coming into his own, really, you know what I'm saying, being confident in himself. And I think, you know what I'm saying, people want to say whatever they want to say, but I really think when it comes to the 130, 135 division, etc., even up to 140, Devin Haney really changed the game. Because Devin Haney, he just basically said, like, yo, I got paid a big bag with Eddie Hearn. Rather than doing what most people do when it comes to boxing is I'm going to be loyal to my promotional company. I'm going to go to wherever I want. So I'm going to sign this 3-fight deal with Top Rank. And I think Gervonta saw that. He was like, when it was going close to the end of his contract, he's like, I'm not going to re-sign with TMT. It has nothing to do with me having beef, but it's just like, I'm going to control my fate. I'm going to control my fights. I'm going to control who I'm fighting, etc. And like I even seen that with Demetrius Andrade, even though it's a little bit later in the game for him. Obviously, we're seeing that with Terrence Crawford now, even though it's a little later in the game with him. We saw Triple G did it, Canelo did it. Obviously, way back in the game, Floyd did it. So I just don't understand how people are so quick to dismiss these particular aspects. And the only reason why they're quick to dismiss these particular aspects is because basically in their mind, they basically saying like, oh, okay, well, I don't like this particular fighter. That's just how I feel. That's what the case may be. You know what I'm saying? I don't got nothing to say. So, but all right, so check this out, y'all. The Boots Ennis, their particular episode is actually almost like 40 minutes long. I'm not gonna be on here this long, so what I'm gonna do after I'm off this, I'm gonna change the title just for the watching the Gervonta Davis Showtime preview. We're gonna keep things a little bit simpler tonight. I just want to say I appreciate everybody up out there. We're not gonna watch the Jerron Boots, even though I kind of want to the extent, but I already know, man. It's like I said, man, I'm trying to do better with the habits. You know what I'm saying? The late nights is going crazy. You feel me? But I really enjoyed that. It's crazy. I'm looking at it now. It's at 1 mil. Davis versus Garcia. So I'm actually interested of what the pay-per-view numbers will be for this. Because with Gervonta Davis, you know what I'm saying, being his own man now and his own entity, I think it might go crazy with the numbers. So I'm very interested to see how that goes. But you already know, man, the first Fluence Lounge of this year is going to be happening this weekend. Garcia, Davis, Boots, Rashidi Ellis, Demetrius Andrade. That's a fire-ass card. We're going to be live during the whole entire time. Most likely my setup is going to be very similar to this, but it is what it is. Tomorrow, happy Tuesday to the people, by the way, but tomorrow, Wednesday, because I'll change the title when I go back into it. Or I can do it now. It's not even no big deal. Damn, that was a good promotion, man. That really was. I'm not even feeling like that promotion was on point, but I'm excited for the fight. I can't wait for the fight. I'm still leaning toward Gervonta Davis, but I still truly believe in my heart, just for some reason, Hector Luis Garcia is going to put up a fight that a lot of people are not going to expect. I think he's really going to give Gervonta Davis some trouble because I really think Hector Luis Garcia is a very, 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 very good fighter. But I do think at some point he's going to be tested. He's going to get hit in the chin. And I just don't think Hector Luis Garcia um, will be able to take that type of power. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna see, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna give my prediction yet. That's just me speculating. I will get my prediction later. But we're gonna be back tomorrow. You already know what it is. Fluenceboxing, Black Goose TV, man. I'm telling you, man, keep rocking with me, keep showing me some love, because I'm telling you, this ain't forever right here. Well, this case, it ain't forever, man. I'm telling you, there's a reason all this is happening. And there's gonna be a point where y'all gonna be like, man, I'm so happy I stuck around, because this shit finna be fire, more fire than the fire that you seen inside of that motherfucking fireplace that you got burning. So much love to the people, much respect to the people. If you come up in here, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you're not part of the family, as always, show some love to your boy. Nothing but love. I'm gonna be back tomorrow. We're gonna watch the Boots Ennis Showtime episode, since I didn't do it tonight. But I love y'all. I appreciate y'all as always, man. Stay blessed, not stressed. Stay up. Salute. Nah, let's make it a double salute. Appreciate all the people.